I'll correct that later. It's just preparing, and I'm so excited that we're going to be live today in my group and on my Facebook, and I'll be posting it in YouTube and just really getting the word out. And oh, yep, we are live. So let me go ahead and minimize that. And oh, excuse me, I just want to actually post this link into the group so that it's live in the group. It's
Yeah.
Facebook makes us juggle, but you know what? We're women, we're
It's all
strong,
good. It's all
and we
good.
love life. I was sad. We were both on this call just recently, and I was saddened to hear, but I've heard it multiple times, that people are just so unhappy, right? They're really unhappy with their lives. Many people, not all people. We happen to be in a community that really wants more. And
Yeah.
I'm just been that way all my life, Pat. And so I love connecting with people in our same ohana, as we say in Hawaii here. And aloha from Maui,
Mm.
everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Janice, and I'm talking story today with Pat. She's in Canada. I can't wait for you to hear and meet her story, hear her story and meet her. She's a lovely woman, and she's been in longer than I have, so she has a lot of perspective to add. And we're so grateful to have you on, Pat. And what I really wanted to hear from you, because I love inspiring people, and it seems like a lot of women, to
Yeah.
really find a path that brings them joyful wellness. That's my whole gig, right? And so the people that
Yeah.
listen to what I say, and thank you for taking the time, by the way, if you're listening, that they want to hear inspiring stories. And I know that you have one too. So welcome to you today. And I'm excited to talk story with you. So come on and introduce it yourself, and where are you and all that lovely stuff.
Thanks, Janice. Well, like you, I also love inspiring stories. And so at this age and stage in my life, I'm on a mission to be an inspiration because, so many people, women in particular, often feel like I'm too old and it's too late. And I'm here to tell you at almost 74, it is never too late, people. So I'm coming to you from way up north from where you are, Janice. I'm in northern Canada, in Edmonton, Alberta, to be precise, where, winter just goes on and on. And that's okay. That's the balance in life. I could never live in Maui. It's just too hot. So
I
this is
hear that.
good. This is good. All right, let me give you the Reader's Digest version of who I am and what I'm about. So, I have been in the workforce for well over 50 years, so I've seen a lot. And my early background was in human resources, training and development, and negotiations and benefits and all of that, which led me to actually. It was very interesting because when I got engaged back when to be married, my career was at its height. I was loving what I was doing. I was in the C-suite. I had it all. And then I was engaged to be married. And then I put on a little weight, and everybody wants to look like their best for the wedding day. So I joined Weight Watchers. And, I know gazillion women have been to and through Weight Watchers. And so lost the weight, got my wedding dress, everything was good, kept going back. And then I got recruited by Weight Watchers. And so that was way back in the late 80s. And that actually, I was a member, a lifetime member, and then I became a group leader. And then I got recruited to work for them, and I went to New York, and that's actually where I got my coaching certification in
Oh, I have
1988.
to pause you for 1 second, not to interrupt you, but I didn't realize we had this fun connection because I actually was recruited for Jenny Craig and worked in New York City for Jenny Craig and did that whole thing. So who knew, right?
That's so funny. And I think when you've been around, paths do cross and similarities. Like we have a similar interest, obviously, in health and wellness. And so, at that time also, I took my training and certification for a personal fitness trainer. And so that was what my life was all about. And so Weight Watchers is where I got my training for coaching. It was called Observer Coach at the time. And then I was out in the field in Eastern Canada, more so. I was on the road with Weight Watchers. So I opened meeting locations, I recruited staff, I coached them and trained them. I did their cooking shows and marketing for them on TV, which was so fun. So that was then. And then from there, I moved on to an organization out of Seattle, Washington, actually. They were looking to expand their market in Canada. They were looking for bilingual representatives. So I went to one of their programs here, and it was kind of like an opportunity call, right, with Isogenics. And so I was totally immersed and interested in what they were all about, which was mindset, cognitive psychological principles, teaching people to reach their full potential. And so it kind of went hand in hand, because when you don't have the right mindset to improve your health, not going to happen. So I wanted more tools and skills. I worked with them as a facilitator, a master trainer, and part of their International Speakers Bureau for 10 years. So that led me then on to my speaking career. So I divorced. I moved to Eastern Canada from the West, traveled the world to build my business and rebuild my life, because I walked out of my marriage with nothing. I rebuilt my life. And what happened, though, on this short 5'1" frame, going from Africa to Los Angeles to wherever, is that I put on the weight. And I know it was from the travel, the time zones, the crappy food, the stress, all of that. And I was working with a trainer out of Ontario. And he said to me, it's not your exercise, it's your nutrition. And I said, I worked with Weight Watchers for years. It's not my nutrition. And so we had a little banter back and forth. And he said, listen, you're going to try this nutrition system, or I can't do anything for you. And I said, okay, fine. As long as it's not those crappy shakes and, detox crap. He said, well, yes, it is. And you will try it. And I said, okay, I will try it, but it better be flexible. I'm on the road. It better taste good. I'm a foodie. I'm French. And it better be affordable. And I was on the road, Janice, for 3 weeks of every month. So I packed my blender, I packed my shakes, I packed all the stuff. And I thought, I'll do this for a week or two and I'll get my money back. Within 10 days, I got to tell you, I felt like the old me again. The weight was coming off, and it wasn't so much the weight, but the inflammation was reducing. I could feel that in my joints. I was sleeping better, even in different time zones. It really helped me on the road, because with the shakes, it was so flexible. I didn't have to get up in the morning, get dressed, go down to a restaurant, in a hotel, go through all of that, get back to my room, get ready for my speaking gig. It was like 1 5-minute activity in my room, the shake and the blender, and I was good to go. And that, my friend, was 9 years ago. So what I
want to pause right there for 1 second, because I just love a couple things I want to touch base on. So love the connection. I did Weight Watchers, of course. I think everybody did.
Yeah.
And community,
Yeah.
something important, right? But we really do need the science and the nutrition. I love how you said flexible and convenient. Of course, I was a full-time RVer. You Canadians know us as snowbirds for many years. And I can't tell you how easy it is to have, and I still eat, right? We still eat, of course. We're foodies, we eat really well, but you can't eat enough. And so it just really ensures that you get that nutrition. So I loved hearing that. And then, so you were on the road traveling for Weight Watchers, doing the isogenic system?
No, I was on the road for Weight Watchers back when, in the 90s. Well, no, in the 80s, actually. But then when I moved to that next organization out of Seattle, I was part of their International Speakers Bureau. So I was on the road then. And then came my divorce, where I just walked out and away from everything here on the West Coast, and I moved to the East Coast. And that's where I really ramped up the speaking business, because I walked out with nothing. I needed to rebuild. I wanted to transform my life. I needed to make money. And I made good money as a speaker. And so that is the road trip story with Isogenics.
How you got in. See, now, and I also came to find it because I had put on 100 pounds from a traumatic experience, and was after 3 days, I knew that I had, couldn't believe, it was like my brain just woke up, and I was like, this is it. So it is a great feeling when that happens, and when we're helping people and they say it happens. But so what happened next? So 9 years ago, what's it like for you?
Well, 9 years ago, and I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be waiting for a brown box to show up at my door every month for 9. I didn't expect that. However, it feels great to feel great. And what was happening over these last 9 years is that I watched a lot of my friends who were getting ill, terminally ill. And I watched a lot of my friends who were on meds, like a list mile long. And I was just feeling better and better and better. So I did want to share this with more people. However, I had a very busy career as a speaker and coach.
Right.
So when my trainer, my enrolling sponsor said, join my team, you're inspiring my people, I said, I don't have time. I'm on a plane, I'm on a stage, I don't have time. And then COVID hit. And you hear so many stories of people telling their story, and then COVID hit. And as most of you know, in the world, Canada was pretty strongly regulated and restricted. So within 48 hours, all my speaking gigs for the year were canceled. I lost about $250,000 in revenue. I returned at least 25,000 in deposits and just believed in karma that for me to handle all of that with goodwill, it would come back. We didn't know when. I didn't think it'd last that long. But that's when Jeff, my enrolling sponsor, and his beautiful wife, Alyssa, said, so you're not going anywhere, but you probably want to pay your rent. So why don't you join the team now? So I started the business part of it. And so it's been about 4 years now that I planted my flag, I put both feet in. When I'm in, I'm all in. And the beauty of it is I'm back here on the West Coast with my kids, my grandkids. The politics and crap of the divorce had all settled. And now I can live my life the way I want on Zoom, helping people. I don't really want to travel as much anymore, especially these days. So Isogenics provides me with everything I need and want. I call it business, and I'm a business coach. I call this business in a box. My job is to speak to people, be a product of the product, share what I know, and help people find the way, whether it's health or wealth. Isogenics takes care of everything, which I used to do in my business. The shipping, the pricing, the product development, the customer service. Business in a box. This could not be easier. It could not be more meaningful at this point in my life, nor more rewarding. So I'm all in.
I love that, Pat. You know, I had a business. People know that follow me. I had a lavender farm for many years where we made our products. So I know what it's like to one,
Yeah.
have employees, two, to make,
Right?
two, to market them, sell them, label
Yeah.
them. And then, of
Yeah.
course, now Isogenics does the science. 26, I just heard peer-reviewed studies. We went up. I mean, just amazing 23-year celebration now, rock solid,
Yeah.
here to help people make a difference. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if there's other people out there that looking, I started in direct sales, so to speak, when I was pregnant with my son, who's now 36. And I did it because I wanted to be self-employed and work from wherever. So aren't we blessed that
Yes.
today the workplace really is wherever we want it?
Yes.
I hope to travel this year and help more people. And I'm so grateful that we're in Canada and we can be in Canada can also be selling to us and to America and also 26 countries, right?
Exactly. I have customers in New Zealand and England, and like we're everywhere, and that's wonderful.
I love that. Yes, I've got a great gal just really starting up in Germany, which has been fun. And just think of all the connections that we're doing, positive influence that we're having on people and community. I know I'm sure you were at Phoenix for celebration, and we learned about how loneliness is really a global crisis.
Yes, it is.
Are you
It's an
experiencing
epidemic.
that in your coaching business?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Listen, in my own life, I had just moved back here before COVID. And then all of a sudden the world shut down, and I'm here in my apartment by myself for well over a year. I could totally relate to the loneliness epidemic because my daughter's a pharmacist, my daughter-in-law is a nurse. So the family interactions were extremely limited, if any, because they were in it every day and they didn't want to affect us seniors in the family. So I was on my own, totally. And so I can absolutely relate to the loneliness and what that can lead to. Now, I'm a food addict. I am. And so it would have been easy for me to put those 45 pounds back on, if not more. But I made a commitment to myself. We didn't know how long COVID was going to last, but I knew I was off the road for a while. I made the commitment I was going to come out of this better than I went in. I learned and did yoga every day. I did the stairs in my apartment building for cardio. Until then, the rule was if you leave your apartment, you have to wear a mask. I couldn't do all the stairs with a mask, so suck that. So I did everything I could via YouTube and that brown box, which came to the door every month, that kept me in the best shape of my life nutritionally. And YouTube was my world, my outside world. So I know about the loneliness.
Yes, and then our community, of course, the Isogenics rallied. And when that first hit with COVID, I had such a fantastic year with helping so many people that were looking for solutions that are still my
Mm.
customers today. And of course, we're on the here in Maui, the most isolated islands on the planet. We were very locked down and we felt very isolated. And I
Mhm.
can't tell you how grateful I was for that Isogenics
Yeah, me,
couple boxes that would arrive every
yeah,
single month to know that I had that nourishment. And thank you to Isogenics for staying open, and not only staying open,
yes,
bringing us more and more and getting us into the cutting edge world of naturally sourced vitamins, NAD, biohacking, really clinically validated
yeah.
products that I just read a study and heard also in Tribe Time, you saw it,
Mm,
about how it's promising results of NAD with people who are addicts
yeah,
in recovery. If you
yeah,
know people that want recovery, this NAD is amazing. And I and Bob, my 75-year-old husband, are medication free. Food is medicine to me.
yeah.
Isotonics is food, functional foods and beverages. All the functional doctors out there, Dr. Hyman, many of them, Dr. Arciero, are
Mhm.
talking about it. Our own health and wellness secretary here, we're really cleaning it up, thankfully, and we're understanding the impact that uh, food can have on our lives. So I'm just so grateful to know you, because you have more experience than I do, and I always want to learn from that. But I'm grateful that we have this community. I'm looking forward to Denver in August. You'll be there,
Mhm.
yes?
Oh, yes, at this moment in time. And again, when we go back to the pandemic and we go back to the epidemic of loneliness, I'll tell you, I probably would have gone stir crazy if it were not for the fact that many of the great leaders in Isogenics hosted daily calls
Yeah.
and brought me in and embraced me and supported me as a newbie in the business. And I felt connected to a community and a beautiful, fabulous, loving, positive, healthy community. That was my lifeline, Janice. And
Thank
so
you.
I am fully and totally committed because of their generosity of time and wisdom. I feel like I got my master's degree learning from all of them every day, every day. And I knew back when people would say, "What's the secret sauce of Weight Watchers?" It was the community, it
Yeah.
was the group meetings. We
Right.
need community. And I can say at this age and stage, the isogenics community is one of the best in the world. There's no pillars, there is an abundance mentality. There's a ton of support. And look, I get to talk to you in Maui for crying out loud.
I know,
Like,
and you probably meet people like I do all the time that are looking to get new certifications in something. What I love, because I'm highly certified, I taught Pilates and I've taught, all
mhm,
these things, and I could go back and get my real estate license. I'm like, no, I can do this and be embraced by a community and get mentored by
yeah,
6 and 7 figure earners that have done what I want to do. And if I
yeah,
just stay the course and keep upping my skill level and meeting and speaking with great people and helping and blessing more
yeah,
people, and I too have felt supported by that community.
yeah.
We can, like, the sky's the limit, and isn't it exciting? Instead of like, oh, everything's so horrible, we're like, wow, we got the solution.
Oh, we do. And how excited are we, about Harmonia that just came out? Because while it's being, yeah, I almost had mine with me too. While it's being marketed as a menopause supplement, perimenopause, etc., I am so post-menopause, it's ridiculous. However, as I learned from our brilliant scientist, Anne Barante, this is for all women age 14 or 18 plus. And so I knew that this was something for me too, because if nothing else, sleep. And again, you mentioned Mark Hyman. Sleep is a serious factor for a lot of people. And while I was sleeping well, I was not sleeping deep. I've been taking Harmonia now for just over a week, and I've had the best sleeps in the last few days. I feel like the old me again. That deep sleep makes a difference. So I'm all excited about that new product, and I call it women's health from 18 to 80. if not more. So Isogenics is on the cutting edge, on the leading edge, and I can easily visualize myself at age 100. I'm not on any meds. I have no aches and pains. I don't have any artificial body parts. I am intact. So, and here's the interesting part, and I can say this because I know she's not on Facebook, but I have a twin sister, and you can visually see the difference because of the collagen I take, because of the nutritional shakes that I take, and so on. You can see the difference. So people are always asking me, like, what are you drinking? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And because in my age group, my friends are dying.
No,
So
look at
I
our
am,
community. Look at our
yeah,
community. You see how beautiful the ones that have been in for 17, 18, 19, 20 years. I continue. If you saw me 7 years ago, you wouldn't believe the difference. I'm a
yeah,
completely different person. And
yeah.
I completely relate it to the fact that I supplement. Now, that
Mhm.
includes supplementing with the mindset work, right? Great
Yeah, yeah.
support there. And the inside.
Mhm.
My hair has never at 62 been better, ever in my entire life. And I use a nice shampoo, and I drink collagen and take the hair revival, and I take
Right?
care of myself, and I make myself a priority, and I make joy and happiness a priority. So, I mean, if we're
Yeah.
doing these things, and I too in the pandemic feel like Isogenics saved my
Mhm.
life
Mhm.
and my husband's life at 75, helped him put
Mhm.
on 28 pounds. He was getting scary skinny.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
really about all health, right? Rebalancing,
It is.
resetting,
It
feeling,
is.
having more fun. So what's life like for you today?
Well, what I'm excited about is a lot of my former coaching clients are circling and coming back. My specialty is mindset, marketing, and money. That's a perfect partnership with what Isogenics has to offer, as you said, mindset. So when I talk to people, prospective clients, I will find out where they are with the mindset on a scale of 1 to 10. Not everybody's ready for this. So it's timing. And if the timing's not right, then don't do it. But where and when the timing is right, this is the perfect solution. And I can coach you on the mindset part. As part of the business, I have people joining me on my team for the business because, again, I'm all about making money. Money touches everything. Money
Makes
makes the
everything
difference.
more
And
fun.
as I've said to some people, you don't want the money? Fine. Make the money and give it away. Make the
That's
money and
right.
make a difference. And I'm here because my why is to travel as much as I can with my new life partner at 73. We want to travel together. I want to remain in optimal health to enjoy the travel. And I want to make a ton of money to make the travel more fun also and to make a difference. So Isogenics is the full meal deal.
Hey, I call money fun tickets, right? We know it's an energy exchange.
Yeah.
I know it has to be reciprocal. And I always say I want to make more fun tickets. I love to travel, want to travel with my grandkids and my family so much,
Yeah.
and bring them here to Hawaii. So my why guides me. I wanted to also tell you that I am past menopause. I'm post menopause, way past too. I started early, but I was still, and I had all those symptoms and wish I had harmonia, but I still
Yeah.
dealing with some sleep issues. And I have finally, this is amazing. Not only am I sleeping better, I'm dreaming every night,
Mm,
major dreams. I haven't been dreaming. And so this has been, you
yeah.
got to get into deep sleep to dream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm super happy about that part. So anyway, that we're so blessed to have this healthy
Yeah.
toolbox. And you're very blessed as a coach to be able
Yeah.
to bring it all together. That's why I love working with coaches,
Yeah.
healers, wellness practitioners, and fitness instructors. These people like you can bring benefit to
Yeah.
their clients to get better results. And what
Mhm.
happens when your client gets better results? They love you.
No, it's all value added. Absolutely. It is. And for me, when I get up every day, when I'm able to make a difference in one life, that's pretty rewarding.
Well, you have made a difference in my life today, and I am sure other people's
Thanks.
lives. If you're watching the replay, a lot of people are, because guess what? It's Monday and they're in a US here and they're out working their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
stuck in that and you want out and you're looking and open to options, you should reach out to us and
Yeah.
talk to us. Pat's got an incredible menopause class she does with beautiful Anne Bronte.
Mm,
We've been put a link. You can check it out. Join us. And we're so
yeah.
grateful you took the time to listen. And I mean, Pat, I'm so grateful that you took the time to come and share with me and my audience and your audience. And we are here to help support everybody.
We are, yay us. So I look forward to more conversations with you, my friend, and I'll see you in Denver.
You sure will. Thank you,
All right.
everybody, for
Bye,
joining
everyone.
us. We'll see you soon.